Manhissa. I go by the name of Thari Manhissa, aka the Cool Advocate. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. If you are a returning subscriber, gang, welcome back, homie. Now, guys, I know that a lot of you have not seen my face in a very long time, and I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not even going to try and explain myself and be like, yeah, I'm going to post more content and this, that, and the other, because I know that I've said that so many times, and you guys have been waiting for content from me, and you just simply have not seen my face. But the good news is I'm here now. I'm very much alive, as you can see, and yes, I'm giving you content. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys that has checked up on me, each and every single one of you guys that has basically DM'd me, reached out to me, asked me when I'm going to post content, how I'm doing, if everything is okay and stuff. I know that it's been a very, very long time. Like, it's been almost this entire year since I last posted, and I know that a lot of you guys like were actually very much into my content, and you guys were invested. So I really do apologize for, just not posting, just going MIA. Those of you that do follow me on other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok know that I'm still active, and I post like mini vlogs on on Instagram and TikTok. But yeah, like, I've been requested so many times, like, just come back to this red app and just like bring you guys something to work with, right? So to be honest with you guys, like, I don't even know what to say. There's so much to catch up on, besties. Like, so much has happened. Like, life is just lifing, and I mean this in like the best way, but also in like a life is hitting type of way. Do you know what I mean? You know how life goes, guys. Like, nothing is ever like nothing is ever a constant in life. There's always like ups and downs, you know what I mean? So it's been a whole lot of that. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this video. I'm basically going to be doing a live lately and updating you guys on what I've been getting up to, updating you guys on how I've been feeling, and updating you guys on like what's new in my life and stuff like that. So if you are new here, please stick with the cool kid. If you like story times, then please go through my videos. You will find a whole bunch of story times, crazy story times that I definitely know that you're going to enjoy. If you're here for more of the legal content, then by all means necessary, please feel free to go through my profile, and you will find videos about the legal profession and stuff like that, because I know that there's like a divided crowd on my YouTube. I know that some of you guys are here because you genuinely just enjoy seeing me, and you like my story time, you like my vibe. And then I know that some of you guys are here because, wow, of some of the informative videos that I've constantly posted about the legal profession, my journey as an advocate, and so forth. So yeah, let's get into it. But first and foremost, let me just pour myself something cold to drink, so that I don't get thirsty while I'm busy talking, while I'm yapping, because everybody knows I'm a yapper. So guys, I don't even want to waste any more time. Okay, so I think the last time that I posted here, I think I was talking about going to court. I was going to court and stuff, and I was busy with a whole lot of stuff, and I was going through a season of grief. Like, I was just going through a lot, because if you guys can recall, I lost a friend of mine last year, and that really just, it put me in a bad space, because that friend of mine was not just my friend, but he was also like a mentor to me in the legal profession. And in this profession, it's really rough, guys. Like, you really need somebody in your corner and stuff. And there are certain things that I didn't speak about, which also kind of like made me like not come back onto YouTube or post as much content anymore. And I think one of those things, I think now, because like that season of my life has like passed, I can actually talk about it, right? Despite the fact that I was actually going through like a season of grief and stuff like that, I also went through like a whole season of like just challenges within the workplace and stuff like that. One thing I can tell you about the legal profession, guys, is that you really need to be thick. Like, you need to have a thick skin. You really need to have like a thick skin, because so many things happen within this profession that we don't talk about. So many things happen within this profession that like can scar you, right? That can make you depressed, that can make you like not want to be in the profession anymore. And I say this like not to scare you guys, but like I'm saying this from like a really genuine place. Like, I went through so much last year. Like, I went through bullying. Can you imagine me? I've got a very strong character. Like, I've got a strong personality. I'm not the type of person to be pushed around, but I went through some crazy hectic bullying. last year, to the point where I almost even left the profession. Like, that's how bad it was. And I wasn't bullied by like my age mates and stuff like that. I was bullied by people that were old enough to be like my parents and stuff. And I guess sometimes things happen in life that can get you to a point where you just go quiet, like where you've absolutely got nothing to say. And I just went into a season of just like hibernation, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on why I came into this profession. I'm not going to focus on these people. I'm going to leave this toxic environment. I'm going to leave everybody behind that is basically not good for my journey, not good for me and stuff like that. Because Aisha, it was a lot. And there was a time when I wanted to do a story time about it, and I'm like, this is just going to bring me more problems, so let me actually just leave this thing alone. It will figure itself out, it will work itself out. And one thing about God, baby, he fights for his. And I think that if I was not a Christian, I don't even know if I would have been able to get through that season. Like, we don't talk about this enough. Like, this is something that I've actually never really come out and upright said, see, this profession is full of vile people. Like, there are people in this profession that literally, it's like they are heartless. It's like there's no Jesus in them, in their lives. It's like there's no God, there's no goodness in them. And you're gonna come across those people. And what I've learned, one of the biggest lessons, is that when you get into any workspace, not just this workspace, but any workspace in life, now this is also for the non-legal people, you really just need to know what you're there for at work. You are there to make your money and go home. You're not there to make friends. People will pretend to be your friend. People will pretend to love you. People will use you because of your access to stuff, access to information, access to people in high places. People will use you for all sorts of things, to fight their battles. People will use you to be their scapegoats. People will throw you under the bus. Like, anything can happen to you. And the one thing is with me, like, I'm one of those people that doesn't take shit lying down. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm not the one that you want to bully. But it got to a point where I had to learn a life lesson to like, I actually got to a point where I learned that, not all heroes wear capes, guys. Like, not all heroes wear capes. And as long as you keep your integrity and you did the right thing and you know the truth, sometimes that's all you need to do. You don't need to fight every single battle, because some battles are like far more advanced. Like, you think you're fighting at this level, but people are fighting at a different level, right? You think you're just fighting like a smaller David, but there's a whole Goliath behind that David that you don't know anything about. You think you're fighting a smaller demon, but you're actually fighting Leviathan, bruh. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, you really need to know and pick your battles wisely. So that was one of the reasons that I went completely silent, because I was just going through so much and I was trying to keep my head above the water. And it was just like everything was just happening too much. Like, I feel like you guys are aware of like all the stuff that happened between last year. I'm not going to talk about that also, because I feel like I did address it shortly on one of my other videos, and it's just something that I don't feel like I need to address, because yeah, like I said, sometimes if you know the truth, if you know where you stand, then that's the only thing that matters. You don't actually owe anybody an explanation. But from that, there was a whole bunch of other stuff unrelated to that incident that happened. People using you to fight their battles, people pretending to be your friends but they're your ops, people using you, abusing you, financial things, like just that kind of stuff. So it's just a bunch of stuff. And it got to a point where I was extremely exhausted, and I just wanted to rest. And the one person who was like always there for me, always supporting me, always had my back, then passed away in a car accident, as you guys are aware. And then that also just put me in another like state of just grief and stuff. And then I just really just started like, a lot of people also passed away after him. Like, it was just like, I don't know what was going on. Like, a lot of people were just busy passing away last year. I lost my dad's older brother. He was like the only father that I have like left, especially on my dad's side of the family. Now I've only got like my uncle, so he also passed away. And I think I also just realized that I had like a dead wound. I met this amazing community of people, the young adults at my church, and I think those young people really got me through like that season, like just being around them, just vibing with them, going to church, meeting up with them and stuff, like praying together, fellowshipping together and stuff like that. Like, that really healed like some parts of me. It got me through the really dark things. And yeah, like, I'm forever grateful to those people, no matter where life takes us, like no matter where our paths take us in life. I'm always going to be grateful for them. I'm always going to be grateful for the pastor. He like became a very good friend of mine, and he really, I don't know, man, that man he's got the ability to really heal heal you just by being him. Like, I don't know, man, a special kind of a person, right? So I went through all of those things, and that had its own complications, but I'm really not about to get into all of that stuff. But like, I'm basically just trying to highlight in of a short space of time what happened, like why I've been so quiet and what I've been up to. But it's not all bad, guys. You know, when one door closes, that's another door cracks open. It's just how it works. It's just how God works. If you put your life in God, if you put your trust in God. So I basically just surrendered everything. Particularly this year, I was just like, God, you know what? You're in charge of my life. You're in charge of me. You are my Father. I am the apple of your eye. And I know that you have plans for me, great plans for me. You know, you are going to do wonderful things for me. And I'm not sure if this was before. And I'm not sure if this is before or after I stopped posting on YouTube, but then I did end up getting like this also contract, and I became a panelist on the Department of Land Reform and Agriculture. So I started doing mediation in Esther matters. This was so exciting. Like, this is one of the exciting opportunities. Like, I always say that this field, like, just this field is so interesting because there's so many different things that you can, you know, ultimately, guys, I just feel like I keep getting cuts for some weird reason. But like, what I was trying to say is that, you know, the thing about God is that if you surrender to him and you give everything to him, he has got the ability to make all things new, to change everything around, you know, to give you a whole new heart, to transform your mind and everything, and just change your circumstances. So many things can happen in a year, but not even just a year. So much can happen overnight. Like, that's just the way God moves. So yeah, I just did a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, it's a whole lot of the things that like are bad that happened that made me kind of like just hold back and just like stop posting and stuff like that. But then there's also like really amazing things that have kept me very, very busy that are another reason why you have not seen my face as much. You know, like, I did become part of the Department of Land and Reform, so I became a mediator on that panel, and that includes a lot of traveling. So I'm always up and down, going to the different farms and mediating between farm owners and farm occupiers, and that's been a really amazing experience. It's been really real also, just getting to experience the things that our people are going through on an everyday basis. So that's one of the things. I am the legal director of Sonke Wellness Group, and my cousin Kwezi, the CEO and founder of that group, has actually written a book, and the book is being published and it's been launched. It's published now. It's going to be launched at the end of this month, and this is something that's amazing, right? So that's also something that I want to give more of my attention to going forward, the whole wellness thing, because it's more of mental health advocacy and that, and everybody knows just how passionate I am about mental health and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I haven't really been doing much of that because, you know, everything has been done, you know, in the background, and then I'm just like the overlook of all the legal stuff and stuff like that. But I have been there as well. But that's not like, that's something I want to invest more of my time in. One of the most really exciting things was that I then also got onto Moja Love as a resident lawyer. So I've been doing legal shows, and I've been filming, and a lot of them are still gonna air, but some have aired already. And so some of you have now seen me on TV doing the show Mulao Uringi, which means Mulao Uring. Why did I say that? Mulao Uring, which means what does the law say, basically. So it's like when real people with real cases come and they write to the show, and basically they tell what their problems are, legal problems that is, and then us resident lawyers of the show actually go and have a sit down with these people, and we tell them what their solutions are, what the problem is, what the law says, and all of that. As it says, Mulao Uring, what does the law say about this kind of situation? How do you remedy this kind of situation? And I really love this show because it's not only for the people that we actually get to meet on the show, the actual clients, but it's actual problems that real South African people struggle with on a daily basis. And it's not just like your average South African person. I'm talking about the most vulnerable of the vulnerable of people in our community, the people that don't have access to legal care, that wouldn't know is it legal care? Let's just call it legal care. They don't have access to that. They don't have any way to talk to a lawyer. They don't have funds to pay for a lawyer. They don't even know about legal aid and all of that. And, you know, they just don't know that they actually have rights and how to, you know, get help when they find themselves in tricky situations. You find homeless people because somebody inherited a house that they were not supposed to inherit. Somebody got divorced and they didn't know. Somebody's been treated badly at work and they have no idea what labor law is and all of that stuff. So it's been a very amazing show. Some of you would have known, you would have seen me on TV. Others would have seen this on my social media platforms other than this one. So that's something really exciting that I've been doing, and I've been filming, and we've been filming for the next season now, and it's exciting, and you're going to see me on your TV screen a lot more. So stay tuned for that. So those are some of the things that have kept me also away, and for some reason God literally just said, you know what, I'm opening up the floodgates of heaven, right? Sometimes one door closes and another door creaks open, and my dog is making noise again. And when that happens, God just opens up the floodgates of heaven. I've received so much work. Like, I've been getting consistent work. You know how I told you guys from the onset, I think my first ever vlog as a baby junior, I said to you guys that they say it takes about 5 years for your practice to stabilize. Now, I'm not saying that my practice is stable, because I still need work and I accept work and stuff. But I'm going to tell you now that in these 3 years, by the way, tomorrow is the 18th of October, and it's going to be my 3rd year officially as an advocate. And honestly, this has been really crazy journey, but it's been very rewarding. And I'm going to tell you that as I enter my 3rd year officially of practice, number one, the biggest milestone is the fact that they tell you that Black women, female advocates, rather, tend to leave practice within the 1st year of them starting practice. It's just that difficult. And I've made it through my 1st year, I've made it through my 2nd year, I've even made it through my 3rd year, and I've done amazing things. You would have probably also seen me on TV again for the show, not on the show, I mean on the news, on a case called the Palm Ridge Mother, and I was working with one of my very beloved, like, I love this guy so much. He's one of my seniors. He's not an SC yet, emphasis on yet, because I just feel like it's coming for him and it's coming real soon. And he's brilliant. Camille Permit, he's brilliant. He's amazing. So I've been doing this appeal with him as well. And there's a lot to learn from that guy, right? I've also had a little bit of imposter syndrome sometimes when working with him. I'm just like, oh my God, he's so smart. And I didn't get this kind of training, you know, me and my training background and all of that. And I'm just like, I didn't really have like a mentor that was like really hands-on like that when I started or when I was doing my pupillage. So it's a bit, you know, tricky for me, but I'm like, I just can't wait to keep on learning from these people. People like him, he's so intentional. He's intentional about his juniors. He's got an amazing personality. He's brilliant. His mind, like, he's somebody that you just like, what is this? A force to be reckoned with. Let me just put it like that. So yeah, like, I'm not even here to name drop or anything like that, but I just can't not mention, just, you know, he inspires me also, you know. So yeah, like, those are some of the things that I've been doing that like are like kind of remarkable. And as I enter my 3rd year, like, I'm not just an anybody, like I'm not just a nobody, rather, not anybody. I'm not just a nobody, and I'm not just like an invisible person that just came and like nobody knows that, you know, I exist, right? I might not be your greatest, but I'm here and I'm making changes, even if it's the small changes that I'm making in the everyday lives of normal clients that are not on TV and all of that stuff. Like, that doesn't even matter to me, but like, just making that change in somebody's life, you know, that you did this, you went to court and you represented somebody to the best of your ability, and you went home and you got that court order. That is satisfying, guys. Like, that makes me sleep so well at night. Even when I go out with my friends on weekends, or my lunches and my dates with my friends, or we're traveling, I know for a fact that I deserve to actually enjoy those moments, because I've done everything that I could when I was working to ensure that my job is done. Like, I've done my part. So yeah, those are like some of the things, you know what I mean? So that's really what's been like really keeping me really busy. And as always, like, I have been doing so many urgent applications. It's crazy. Like, it's like my practice is like an urgent, it's an urgent practice. Like, I don't even know, like, at this point I'm just like, wow, like, this is actually the first week in a very long time where I'm actually just chilling like a villain, and I'm just doing like ordinary court and not like crazy stuff. And it's not like I'm in court every other day, but sometimes the work just comes and it's like, wow, and it's like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? This is a lot of work. But at the same time, you're like, thank you, God, because I prayed for these are the better days that I prayed for, right? And yeah, like, so I don't know, man, if you are starting, if you are, I don't know what you're doing in your life, actually. Let's not even limit it to law. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just here to tell you to stay the course. I've stayed the course. I'm still staying the course. I'm still going to stay the course. And I just want to tell you to also stay the course. Stay the course. God's got you. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to fall into place. All you need to do is do your part and let the rest be with God. Like you do your best and leave the rest with God. God will do the rest. There, it rhymes. Do your best and God will do the rest. Clap that. I know that's right. So yeah, that's it, guys. I don't want to talk. I don't want this video to be too long. But I'll obviously be back and I'll give you guys more updates. I'll tell you guys about the stuff that I've been getting up to, like the good and the bad. I'm joking. I'll never tell you guys the bad stuff. I'm joking. I will tell you guys. I trust you guys. Just you just subscribe, like, and you press like, subscribe, and share. I'll do the rest. I'll give you guys the content. I'm gonna try and come back. Maybe I should not say this because I always do this, and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more consistent. I mean it this time. Trust me. I mean it. But yeah, guys, like there's so much to be grateful for, and though in other aspects of my life in Diago, I like literally going through it, there's still a lot to be grateful for, and this is a video of gratitude. Period, child. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it up to here, this is the time for you to share. Press the share button or subscribe if you haven't already, but I trust that you already did, so I'm not going to repeat that. And you just like, and just drop your comments down below, leave your comments down below, and also do not hesitate to tell me what kind of like information you guys are looking for. Like, what do you guys want me to talk about? Like in the next video, what do you guys want to hear about? I am more than happy to get suggestions, because sometimes I've also just got creators blog and I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about. I ain't got nothing to say, so I'm not going to film anything. But I'm here now, and this is your platform. Please drop me a DM. Actually, comment down below. Just tell me, hey, I'd like you to do a video on XYZ. What's going on? Or teach us about XYZ. And I'll do it for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys genuinely enjoyed it. Thank you for joining the Cool Kids Club. I love you guys so much. And I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye.